Round 3400 BC, two separate kingdoms had been installed close to the Fertile Crescent, an area domestic to some of the sector's oldest civilizations. The Red Land to the north, based totally in the Nile River delta and lengthening alongside the Nile perhaps to Atfi. And the White Land inside the south, stretching from Atfora to Gebel Estil Silla. A southern king, Scorpion, made the first attempts to conquer the northern state around 3200 BC. A century later, King Mens would subdue the north and unify the U.S., turning into the first king of the primary dynasty. King Mens based the capital of historical Egypt at White Walls, later known as Memphis, within the north, near the apex of the Nile River delta. The capital would grow right into an incredible town that dominated Egyptian society in the course of the antique nation length. The Archaic period noticed the development of the principles of Egyptian society, such as the all-essential ideology of kingship. To the ancient Egyptians, the king was a godlike being, carefully identified with the all-effective god Horus. The earliest recognized hieroglyphic writing also dates to this era. Inside the Archaic period, as in all different intervals, maximum historic Egyptians were farmers residing in small villages, and agriculture, in large part wheat and barley, formed the financial base of the Egyptian nation. The yearly flooding of the splendid Nile River provided the necessary irrigation and fertilization each 12 months. Farmers sowed the wheat after the flooding receded and harvested it before the season of high temperatures and drought lower back. Old Kingdom, Age of the Pyramid Builders c. 2686-2181 BC. The old state started out with the 0.33 dynasty of Pharaohs. Round 2630 BC, the 0.33 dynasty's King Djoser asked Imhotep, an architect, priest and healer, to design a funerary monument for him. The end result used to be the sector's first primary stone constructing, the step pyramid at Saqqara, near Memphis. Egyptian pyramid constructing reached its zenith with the development of the exceptional pyramid at Giza, on the outskirts of Cairo. Constructed for Khufu, or Cheops in Greek, who ruled from 2589 to 2566 BC. The pyramid was once later named through classical historians as one of the 7 wonders of the historical global. The historic Greek historian Herodotus predicted that it took 100,000 guys 20 years to build it. 2 other pyramids had been constructed at Giza for Khufu's successors Khafra, 2558-2532 BC, and Menkaura, 2532-2503 BC. During the 1/3 and 4th dynasties, Egypt enjoyed a golden age of peace and prosperity. The pharaohs held absolute strength and supplied a stable central government. The dominion faced no serious threats from abroad, and a hit military campaigns in foreign nations like Nubia and Libya brought to it significant monetary prosperity. Over the path of the 5th and 6th dynasties, the king's wealth was once step by step depleted, partly on account of the large cost of pyramid constructing, and his absolute electricity faltered in the face of the growing affect of the blue blood and the priesthood that grew up around the solar god Ra. After the demise of the 6th dynasty's King Pp II, who ruled for some 94 years, The vintage kingdom length led to chaos. First intermediate period c. 2181–2055 BC. On the heels of the old states fall apart. The 7th and 8th dynasties. Consisted of a speedy succession of Memphis-based totally rulers until about 2160 BC, whilst the central authority absolutely dissolved, leading to civil struggle among provincial governors. This chaotic situation was intensified via Bedouin invasions and followed with the aid of famine and ailment. From this era of battle emerged two one-of-a-kind kingdoms, a line of 17 rulers, dynasties 9 and 10, based totally in Heracleopolis ruled Center Egypt among Memphis and Thebes, whilst any other family of rulers arose in Thebes to undertaking Heracleopolitan strength. Round 2055 BC. The Theban prince Mentuhotep managed to topple Heracleopolis and reunited Egypt, beginning the 11th dynasty and finishing the primary intermediate duration.